Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game number 1 in a series between Sonic and Happy. Game 1 taking place here on Amazonia as we see, well, Happy spawning as the blue undead player over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Sonic has spawned as the yellow Night Elf. Night Elf versus undead in this 1v1 as things are getting underway. Ancient of War currently being constructed. I am at 2 times speed, hence the rain is falling slightly faster. Thank you for the point out that changing my encoding settings actually had a negative impact on the quality of the recordings. I am trying to fix those now. Let me know if it's pixelated or if it's any worse. I will continue to fix it until it is as good or if not better than what you guys originally saw. I try to keep all of these files uncompressed, and well, it just takes me a little bit longer to upload any of these games. Sometimes the games, even a 15-20 minute game, can end up being about 1.5 gigs. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. The Ancient of War now going to end up taking a bit more damage than expected after proccing the Apprentice Wizards here and an additional Rogue. What that is going to end up doing is that Ancient of War is going to take far too much damage and require a second Wisp in order to repair it. Alright, Archer going to go ahead and finish off perhaps the Rogue as the Ancient of War has now switched targets. You can see that the Demon Hunter has finally arrived and he will be able to get to level 2 fairly quickly off of these level 3 creeps and also this Renegade Wizard. Death Knight on the south side of the map using that Unholy Aura, faster movement speed, a little bit better regeneration as well, as you're going to see the Renegade Wizard now get taken out there. Gloves of Haste has been picked up as we now see a little bit more of a surround go on once again. It looks as though the Ancient of War has taken enough damage, and it looks as though the Archer may just try and finish up the remainder of this creep camp here. Apprentice Wizard just doing a little bit of target practice there as the Ancient of War is going to finally root itself. Back down over here to the south, Wisp is scouting out this location. Death Knight still sitting at level 1. Not yet at level 2, gonna be extremely close as we may see Happy try and put down aggression with these early ghouls. The opening on this base is rather large, and the timing on this was really well thought out by Happy. If Happy now tries to rush on through here, there is not going to be a building in this location. The Ancient of War didn't have enough time to make its way back over as the Demon Hunter has picked up a Claws of Attack +6, Cloak of Shadows, and Slippers of Agility +3. He's already at +9 as the Death Knight is going to be making a move for the perhaps a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Now, let's take a look at this. The Death Knight may end up getting detonated. Yes, right there. There's a Death Coil. Skeletal minions now coming across. Robe of Magi +6 as the Demon Hunter gets a mana burn off on the Death Knight. Preemptive Death Coil there to save a low hit point Ghoul as the remainder of the Rogue still trying to engage here. Alright, Death Knight does have enough for a Death Coil, and the mana burn is just a second late by Sonic as the Skeletal minion gets into harm's way. Alright. There it does end up getting taken down. There is a boulder onto the Demon Hunter. A little bit more damage being absorbed once again as the Death Knight now heads off to the north. The Death Knight does have that Robe of Magi, so it will have a little bit more mana than you would have naturally expected. And perhaps that was the difference between the mana burns. The Death Knight not expecting the Demon Hunter not expecting that the Death Knight could have that much mana at this stage in the game. As you would have noticed, that 86 mana is exactly the 90 mana, or close to the 90 mana that was needed. Happy now going after another Renegade Wizard location here. Gonna pick up a very powerful item once more. Picks up a Sobi Mask, and those items are just gonna be extremely useful as the Death Knight could be getting a Death Coil off onto that Ghoul once again, or is that Ghoul just heading back home? Alright, Ghoul heading back home here. Archers are all playing a little bit of a defensive posture as we are now nearing Tree of Ages. Death Knight here needs to finish out the Forest Troll Trapper. Does in fact get to level 3 there. Level 2 Death Coil, Sobi Mask. The nuking power is going to be rather high as we see a mana burn go across exchanging those blows there. Death Knight now a little bit lower on mana. The Ghoul trying to head back. The Demon Hunter does not have Boots of Speed, but he does have those Claws of Attack +6 and now 2 Slippers of Agility for a total of +12 damage. Now, we should be looking at those Ancients of Lore. Dryads and Bears are going to be extremely powerful. Meanwhile, we should eventually see a transition from these ghouls into Crypt Fiends. If Sonik does go for that Panda, which he does, the Breath of Fire is going to be the main difference onto whether or not Happy can come out of this early engagement. Those Breath of Fires can easily melt away many of the hit points, as these ghouls, skeletal minions, and Death Knight do often clump up. Demon Hunter now making its way over, stops, I believe, the slaughterhouse, and that is going to be another setback for Happy. Without those obsidian statues, it actually feels a little bit unsafe trying to move out. The obsidian statues are 100% necessary throughout all of the matchups that you see in Warcraft 3 currently. Forest Troll Trapper going to get finished off here. Let's take a look. There is a Rock Golem here as well. Rock Golem is going to get taken down. It looks as though the Death Knight now heading back by his lonesome self. He does have 182 mana. Lich is out and about. Did we see a couple of mana burns here? There is another mana burn there once again, as the Death Knight just picks up the Tome of Intelligence, has a wand of mana stealing, and is now ready to move forward. All right, Demon Hunter now down to 229 hit points. Death Knight is very much nearby. Lich is actually doing a little bit of chasing, and the Demon Hunter may end up running into the Death Knight. The Death Knight does have boots, the Unholy Aura, so it may be able to get in front, and now this is all about zoning. Can the Demon Hunter get away? Death Knight is off to the north right here. There's a Cloak of Shadows. The Demon Hunter did spot this, as the Lich able to get a couple of passing blows onto that Demon Hunter. Meanwhile, Death Knight may look to finish off an Ancient of War here. That is going to be an easy kill, as the Ancient of War is all by his lonesome self. Dryads, however, do show up to the party, as we are now looking at the Death Knight trying to pull these units all back. All right, a little bit of slow poison. The Dryads trying to get in position right there. There's a Death Coil for the heal, as the skeletal minions do head off to the north. Meanwhile, Panda is in position as well. Panda could come across with a Breath of Fire, as the Lich is trying to go after, and the Death Knight trying to go after some of these archers. Death Knight now across here, going to get mana burn, but he does get the Death Coil off in time. At least the animation was started, as the Dryads do finish off a ghoul. So far, Happy is still on the run. Sonik trying to do a little bit of chasing. We have Robe of Magi onto the Lich, Sobi Mask onto that Death Knight, as we see still the Slaughterhouse just now training up that very first Obsidian statue. Panda still sitting at level 2 here, wants to get to level 3. Ancient of War going to be tanking that damage, and it looks as though Sonik is going to be in a great spot to try and get level 3 on that Pandarin Brewmaster. Back down over here to the south, Demon Hunter still applying pressure without taking too much damage. We do have a Potion of Mana, Orb of Corruption, and Sobi Mask on that Death Knight. Interestingly enough, the Orb of Corruption is not on the Lich, as the Lich normally has that, and there you go. It is finally switched up around. Death Coil, as the Demon Hunter takes a little bit more damage again. All right, let's take a look. Is Sonik going to be able to escape? Dryads are all in position. Dryads are going to be able to start melting things down, as the Crypt Fiends are now trying to back into the corner some of these targets. All right, one archer does get taken down. A ghoul does not fall. Neither does that Dryad, as it was able to back off in time. Lich still sitting at level 1, but with some very expensive, powerful items, pretty much making him as powerful as the level 2 hero. Death Knight still sitting at level 3 at the stage. We are now rounding out the tri-hero trifecta for the undead with that Naga Sea Witch. Being able to pick off low hit point units is always important, as the Naga Sea Witch and the Lich finish off this 5-3-3. Lich should be heading over here to the 3 o'clock location. Bear is going to finish off a Sasquatch, and this is going to be one of those situations where if you can actually spot your opponent and catch them off guard, that is going to be extremely bad news. All right, Panda now down to 790 hit points. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Ghouls, however, are going to end up falling here. Staff of Preservation saved by the Demon Hunter, as we are now looking at more and more of these Forest Trolls going after the remainder units. Ghouls getting taken down. Dryads picking apart the units. One Bear absorbing a lot of damage, as the Breath of Fire does come across. Are we going to see some dead Ghouls here? The Ghouls are extremely low on hit points. There goes one, as the Demon Hunter may try and mana burn again. Panda is still looking fairly good on mana. Is it going to try and get another Breath of Fire? That is the big question there, as the Death Knight now down to 327 hit points, being forced to pull back. Low hit point Ghoul will be able to head back home. Obsidian Statue going to retreat, as well as the Death Knight not only needs hit points, but needs significantly more mana. I believe that is another... Is that a reveal? Is that a crystal ball? What is that? I'm not 100% sure. Did not look like dust of appearance, and I don't believe... Oh no, the Goblin Laboratories are at the north and the south, so not quite sure who has been spending the gold to scout out their opponent. Crypt Fiends going down, or finishing off some of these rogues and these brigands. Gonna take that down there and take down those outlaws. Perhaps getting to level 4 on that Death Knight, level 2 on the Lich, as we are now looking at Dryads looking to pick apart some of this creep camp here. Level 3 on the Death Knight, still sitting 8 experience shy. No level 2 Unholy Aura. Rejuvenation. It looks as though Sonik is happy with his army composition. Will he be able to head back down here and actually do a bit of damage? Lich nearing maximum mana. That Obsidian statue doing a good job trying to refill that Lich right there. Already up to 370 and counting, as the Demon Hunter now makes its way back across. Frost Nova, Death Coil onto that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now trying to back off here. Breath of Fire on, well, a whole bunch of Dryads. That is his only friendly units, as the Death Knight now gets to level 4. Wand of Illusion. We also have a single Abomination in the mix, as well, as that is going to be incredibly powerful in protecting those Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends there to try and protect the Destroyers. Destroyers there to take down the Bears, as the Death Knight Lich still wandering about here again. Now we are going to be looking at the Granite Golems with those, or the Granite Golem and the Rock Golems here with that Chaos damage from the Granite Golem. They also do have some boulders, as the Dryads may be able to pick apart here. This is going to be really bad spot. Death Knight now in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to get away? Drunken Haze. No Breath of Fire. There you go. Breath of Fire a little bit late there, as the Demon Hunter does fall. All right, Demon Hunter slowed down by that Drunken Haze. Breath of Fire didn't hit him, I do not believe, but of course did not hit him. Friendly Fire there, as the Demon Hunter falls here. Breath of Fire goes across again. Crypt Fiends, low hit point Crypt Fiends are burrowed right now, as the Dryads are trying to finish off the remainder of the units. Bears dissolved there. Devour Magic. The Destroyers are up in the air doing tremendous damage, and it looks as though the Panda will get taken out. Level 3 now on the Naga Sea Witch, as Sonik gives the GG. Happy able to take game number 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.